Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here. Now imagine that you have been doing magic for long enough that you're like, golly gee, gosh darn it, I want to go out into the world and start sharing my craft with others, but I also want to start making a living off of this, whether this be as a part-time, kind of like little side hustle thing, or maybe you're even considering becoming a full-time professional magician. There's probably one question that's burning inside of your brain, especially if this is your first time going out and doing this, and that is, how much do I charge? Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Advice for Magicians, where my job is to make you the best possible entertainer that you can be. Now in today's video, I wanted to discuss how do you figure out how much to charge. This could be daunting for anyone that is going out and starting their career as a professional magician. And I put out a video about this maybe like 7 or 8 years ago now, but I wanted to retouch on the subject because I think maybe my mind has changed about certain things since then, and I just wanted to update my thoughts on how to figure out how much to charge. And what I've come to the conclusion is that there is a lot of determining factors that go into this. And the first thing is, what kind of product do you have to offer, right? When I say product, I don't necessarily mean you're coming with like physical things to like sell to people. Your product could be as simple as walk around magic, or maybe you're a balloon artist and you twist balloons. Maybe you do a stand-up mentalism show. It's a very pack small, play big kind of thing. You just come in with your suitcase with a bunch of mentalism props and you perform for a large audience on stage. Or maybe you perform giant illusions, big boxes and escapes and contraptions that you need to rent a U-Haul trailer to be able to bring with you to the event. Do you need to hire a helping hand? Do you have a crew that comes with you that helps set up all this stuff? Or are you a one-man show where you just show up with the things in your pockets and you go to work? All of these things are things that you have to consider, right? So when it comes to what are you going to charge, the first thing that you need to consider is, what is my overhead? How much is this costing me? How much am I going to be paying for gas? Do I have liability insurance? How much does that cost? You have to factor all of these things in. Once you've figured out how much you have to lose, now you have somewhere to start, right? Now the next thing becomes, well, I already know it's going to cost me $50 to go do this gig, right? Because it's going to be like $30 in gas, maybe $10 or $15 in insurance. There you go. Couldn't think of the word for a second. Like $10 or $15 in insurance, right? I have to buy some props. I have to go out and buy a deck of cards. I have to buy this. I have to buy that. Let's say I'm like $50 or so in the hole. You now know that you have to charge at least $50 to break even, right? So now it comes time to figure out, well, how much do I charge to make a profit now? I could charge $51 and make a $1 profit, but is anyone trying to work for an hour plus an hour commute one way to make a buck, right? You're probably not going to want to do that. You're probably going to want to make more than that. So how do you figure out how much to charge, right? Well, the first thing you have to think to yourself is, what do I have to offer? And this kind of goes back to that same question, what kind of product are you offering, right? Are you offering walk around magic? Are you offering a large illusion show? Are you offering balloons? Are you offering handouts where you give things out to the audience for them to keep at the end? Are you a children's magician? Are you a wedding magician? All of these things kind of factor in. The more high-end the magic, the more high-end the venue, obviously the higher your rate is going to be. One thing that I often recommend for people to do is to look at listings of local magicians that are offering the exact same thing that you are offering, or something as close to it as possible, and see what it is that they're charging. Now, of course, I'm not saying look for the first person you see and be like, oh, well, they're charging $250, I should charge $250. Gather some intel, look around, shop around, see what different magicians in your area that are in the same sort of niche as you, that are offering sort of the same thing as you are, what are they charging? And that's usually probably the best place to start. Now, you might see a wide range of different prices, right? And that's where this can be very, very confusing. Hey everyone, so sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to take a quick minute to thank the newest members of the mob for joining. Thank you guys so much. It's because of you that I'm truly able to keep this channel going. You're gonna get early access to videos, you're gonna access tutorials, lectures, and even get one-on-one access with me where you can pick my brain about anything that you like. If you guys would like to join them and become a member of the mob, please click the join button, or you can click the membership tab right here on the channel for more information. If you guys would like to see some more awesome magic, please head over to my online magic shop at o'brienmagic.com. And as always, if you enjoy these videos, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for the interruption. And now back to the video. So you've just looked and you've noticed, well, this guy is doing a close-up walk around, and that's what I do, and he's charging $150 per hour. But then this other guy is charging $650 per hour for a close-up walk around. Why is the pricing so different? Why is this guy charging $150 and why is this guy charging $650? It all comes back to, what do you have to offer, right? And not just in terms of magic, but also in terms of what do you have to bring to the table as far as your guest is concerned, right? The person hiring you, your client. Let's just say they're booking you out for a wedding reception, right? Do they want someone showing up to their wedding reception that's dressed in a dirty suit? It's a mismatched suit. The jacket and the pants are not even from the same brand, and your shoes are very dirty, and you're not even wearing dress shoes, you're wearing like tennis shoes, like some New Balance, like white dad shoes kind of going on, right? Do they want that guy rocking up to their wedding, or do they want the polished, sleek, expensive suit, you know, dressed very smart? Do they want that person showing up to their wedding, right? So maybe this person is charging $150. Maybe what they're portraying is, hey, I'm a great magician if you just want to have someone come and entertain your guests in your backyard for an hour or two at like a barbecue or something. But this other magician, they are, you know, giving off the vibe that they're high end. They are the person that you want to book for your wedding reception. They are the person that you want to book for your company award ceremony or what have you, right? So how do you do this? You have something called social proof. What is social proof? Very simply, you just need to have something that proves to the world that you are worth what it is that you're charging. And it cannot be as simple as you telling people. You have to show it. So there's a few different ways that you can do this. High quality professional photo shoot, right? Whether it be like a headshot or a professional shoot where you're standing in front of a background, holding a deck of cards or doing something like this. Or live action shots, again, taken with a high quality professional camera. You're out in an event, you're dressed smart, you're performing magic, and you have a photographer following you around taking pictures. Now you might be telling yourself, oh, man, I don't have like 3 or 4 grand lying around to pay, a professional photographer to follow me around at my event. Well, that's the beauty of it. A lot of times an event like these sort of like weddings and company holiday parties, they already have a photographer walking around. Oftentimes I'll find myself in a situation where I'm performing and I notice a professional photographer with a camera taking pictures. Totally take advantage of that. Ask the photographer for their card afterwards and say, hey, can I ask you a huge favor? Because it's not going to be necessarily any more work on their end. They're already editing these pictures, right? You say, any of the pictures that I'm in, would you mind to just send me a few of them? Right? If I have to pay for it, I'll be more than happy to tip you, etc., etc. Offer them, you know, like $100 or something, and they'll toss you the pictures of you that they took while at this event, right? So now you have some really nice pictures to put on your website, which brings me to the next point. Have a website. Have somewhere for people to come and look you up, right? Simply giving them a business card that says o'brienmagic.com, and they log on to my website and they see a really high quality photo of me performing magic with a detailed little blurb about what it is that I have to offer. Not just the types of different types of services, but also I can elevate your event to the next level. I can make your guests that are maybe wallflowers or shy or don't want to interact come together and you know, interact with one another. Like, what are you offering the guests aside from just magic, right? So having professional headshots, live action photos, video of your performance. That's a really big one. Oftentimes, someone will ring me up and they'll say, hey, we absolutely love everything about you. We just wanted to know, do you have any videos of your performance, right? And again, this video should be a video that's professionally shot, if possible. At this point, in this day and age, a professional quality video can be shot on one of these, right? One of these. Something you probably already have in your pocket can take a 4K video, right? Just have the lighting be good. You can go on eBay or Amazon and you can find like a $20 wireless microphone that you could stick right on your lapel so that you're mic'd up and you sound really good and you're performing for people, you're doing magic, and you just have someone holding the camera and just recording what it is that you're doing. It's so easy to do this these days and to get video footage of yourself performing. So keep that in mind as well. Maybe you're already at a live event. Simply hand your phone to someone and say, hey, can you do me a huge favor? Can you just get like a 30-second clip of me performing? Have them hold the camera and have them film for you, right? A great way to get footage for your social media, for your website, or if a client asks, hey, can I see some video of you? Maybe you have a little portfolio that you can send them, sort of like a highlight reel, showcasing exactly what it is that you're doing. Maybe they're trying to book you for a wedding, so you have a bunch of videos of you performing wedding magic. Maybe they're booking you as a mentalist. Have a few videos of you on stage doing mentalism, right? Maybe they're booking a balloon artist. Have videos of you twisting balloons and giving them off to the kids, right? Having this social proof is going to go a long way in proving in the client's mind that you really are what you say you are. And the next easiest way to do this is to simply have reviews and testimonials, right? Asking a client at the end, hey, can you do me a huge favor? Can you leave me a review here? It would really mean a lot. It would help me out to book more work in the future. And if you went above and beyond for them, getting reviews is super simple, right? You can even get a video testimonial from someone. Hey, just say into the camera what you thought of the event, what you thought of me being here, maybe like a little 15, 20-second video clip of how much you enjoyed my services, right? And if it's someone that you can tell is not camera shy and they're very bubbly and outgoing, having that video clip is going to help you out a ton, especially when, again, someone wants to book you for an event. They're gonna see all these testimonials, not just written ones, but video testimonials from clients. It really does go a long way of justifying you and your price. Now, I'm spieling all of this to you and you're like, but Michael, so much of your advice is getting these things while you're already going out and booking work, but you don't understand, Michael, I'm trying to book work. How am I supposed to do this? Isn't it sort of like circular reasoning? Like, oh, if you want to book work, you got to just, you know, get social proof from the work that you're already booking. Yes and no. What you can do is you can start charging what you're comfortable with and then work your way up from there. So for example, we already talked about expenses. How much for you to break even? Let's just say it's 50 bucks. It's going to cost you 50 bucks to break even. Maybe you want to make $100 for the couple of hours that you're going to be there. So simply charge $150 for the 2 hours that you're going to be there. Or maybe you're thinking, oh man, it's like a 2-hour drive one way, and you know, an 8-hour shift for me at like a 9 to 5, $20 an hour job is like $180 or whatever, and that's how much I'd be making if I just worked at McDonald's for 8 hours, but I'm making less money doing this. Well, then charge what you would normally make in profit working a 9 to 5, $20 an hour job, right? Calculate that in your head and just think, well, it cost me $50. Maybe I got to charge $250 for the 2 hours that I'm there to be able to make that money back, that $200 in profit that I'm after, right? So all these things you could factor into your mind. Then while you're doing these gigs, maybe you're not making as much as you would like, but again, you're just starting out, right? Eventually you're going to increase your rates little by little, $50 here, $100 there, right? Maybe you're thinking, oh, I was charging $250 for the 2 hours. Maybe I'm going to start charging $250 per hour now. So if they book me for 2 hours, that's $500 I'm making instead of $250. And you bump it up and you bump it up and you bump it up, right? And you'll get to a point where clients are not really booking you as much. You're not closing as many deals. People are telling you more often than not, oh, your prices are too high. You know, now you can kind of ease back a little bit, reassess the situation, and tell yourself, all right, I'm at a point now where the clients are starting to push back on my price, which means one of two things. A, I've hit my glass ceiling and this is the most I can charge to book. Or B, I have to offer more to be able to justify how much it is that I want to charge, right? So for example, maybe I need more testimonials. Maybe I need more high-end performances. Maybe I need a booking agent to help me to find work that's not, you know, a bunch of backyard barbecues, but maybe I need to book more of these company holiday events. Maybe I need to book more of these weddings, more of these high-end venues, right? So the basic, too long, didn't read. I was tuning Michael out the whole time and looking around at the fly that was flying through my room. If that's you, and you're just gonna catch this one little part, this is the part that I want you to know. Number one, figure out how much it's gonna cost you to get to the gig, and that is the absolute minimum that you need to charge so that you can break even. Number two, calculate how much you would like to make. Maybe if you were working a day job and you wanna replace that income with magic, how much do you need to charge to make at least that amount? And then on top of that, cover your expenses, right? So again, if you wanna make $200 for the day, and it costs you $50 to get to the event and all of that, you know, I gotta charge $250, right? Then the next thing that I want you to do is look around at other people around you and see what they are charging and see what it is that they're doing. Maybe they're doing something that you didn't realize, and that's getting them more clients. Maybe they're using buzzwords. Maybe their website's very flashy. Maybe they have videos. Maybe their testimonials are amazing. See what it is that they're doing, and I'm not saying copy it exactly, but you can take little bits and pieces here and there and maybe give it a try on your side. A lot of testing here, a lot of A/B testing, right? You try this and you try that. Whichever one works more, you put more focus into that, right? And then you're gonna raise your rate till you get to that glass ceiling. You realize that you can't really raise your rate anymore. Come back down a little bit and then reevaluate. What can I do to punch through that glass ceiling and start charging even more? And the next thing you know, you're gonna be charging exactly what you want. You're gonna be making exactly what you want. You're gonna be doing maybe less gigs, but you're gonna be making more money. And then the last, probably most important thing that I want to, to tell you is, this is a process. This is gonna take a while. There's gonna be a lot of trial and error here. You're gonna be doing something, you're gonna think it's going great, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, there's a worldwide pandemic and now no one is booking you for anything, right? Or next thing you know, people are just not interested in strolling magic anymore. Now big illusions is the in thing, and that's what everyone's booking, right? So you'll have to kind of flow and adjust and decide for yourself, what is it that I want to do to try to make this work? And this might take years before you find that niche and settle in and just be comfortable with where you are. So I hope that this video was helpful. If you've stuck all the way this long to the very end, thank you so much. You guys are absolute rock stars. I will see you in the next Advice for Magicians video. Take care.